Have you ever felt busy but not productive? Like you're constantly running on a hamster wheel, juggling a million tasks, but not really moving forward on what truly matters? I know I have. For years, my to-do list was a monster, growing longer every day. I'd say yes to every opportunity, every request, because I was terrified of missing out. The result? I was stretched thin, stressed out, and my most important goals were gathering dust. It felt like I was drowning in a sea of trivialities. Then I came across a book that completely changed my perspective. Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, by Greg McKeown. It wasn't just another productivity guide, it was a mindset shift. The core idea is simple but revolutionary. Instead of trying to do more, we should focus on doing less, but better. It's about systematically identifying what is absolutely essential, and then courageously eliminating everything that isn't. McKeown tells a powerful story to illustrate this. Imagine your energy is like a single point. If you spread that energy across a dozen different directions, you make a tiny bit of progress in each, but you don't really get anywhere significant. You end up with a millimeter of progress in a million directions. But what if you focused all that energy in one single direction? You'd make a breakthrough. That's the essence of essentialism. It's not about how to manage your time, it's about how to invest your time. So how do we become an essentialist? McKeown breaks it down into a three-step process: explore, eliminate, and execute. First, let's talk about explore. This is the part where we become discerning detectives of our own lives. The goal is to figure out the trivial many from the vital few. An essentialist doesn't just jump into action. They take time to listen, to debate, to think, and to ask themselves a very powerful question. If I could only do one thing with my time and resources, what would it be? I tried this myself. I started by looking at my calendar and my project list. It was overwhelming. So I created a simple rule. If it's not a hell yeah, then it's a no. I asked myself for each commitment, does this activity truly align with my most important goals? Does it energize me? Will it make the highest possible contribution? It was tough at first. I had to turn down things that seemed good but weren't great. This process of exploration requires space. You need time to think. McKeown suggests scheduling time for solitude and even play, because that's often when our best ideas emerge. It's about creating a buffer, so you're not just reacting to every urgent demand. Once you've explored and identified what's truly essential, you move to the second and perhaps hardest step: eliminate. This is where the discipline comes in. It's about having the courage to say no to non-essential requests. We often say yes to please others or to avoid conflict, but as McKeown points out, every time we say yes to something, we are implicitly saying no to something else. Saying yes to a colleague's side project might mean saying no to family dinner. Saying yes to another social event might mean saying no to getting enough sleep. Learning to say no gracefully is a skill. McKeown offers great strategies. You can separate the decision from the relationship, acknowledging the person while declining the request. You can say, "Let me check my calendar and get back to you," which gives you time to think instead of giving an impulsive yes. My favorite technique is explaining the trade-off. For example, I would love to help with that, but I'm currently focused on finishing Project X by its deadline, and I can't do both well. People respect that honesty. It shows you're not just being difficult, you're being deliberate about your commitments. This elimination phase is liberating. It's like cleaning out a cluttered closet. At first it's work, but afterward, you can finally see what you have and what truly matters. Finally, we come to the third step: execute. Once you've eliminated the non-essentials, you create a system that makes doing the essential things almost effortless. This isn't about brute force, it's about smart execution. One key idea here is the power of routines. When you have a routine for your most important work, you don't waste mental energy deciding what to do or when to do it. You just do it. For me, this meant setting aside the first 90 minutes of my workday for my most important task. No emails, no social media, just pure focused work. It was a game changer. Another part of execution is preparing for obstacles. An essentialist knows that life will throw curveballs, so they build in a buffer. They add 50% to their time estimates for projects. This prevents the stress that comes from everything taking longer than expected. They anticipate roadblocks and plan for them. This creates a smoother, less frantic path to achieving their goals. And perhaps the most important part of execution is focusing on small wins. Progress isn't about giant leaps. It's about small, consistent steps. By celebrating small wins, you build momentum and motivation. This creates a positive feedback loop that makes it easier to keep going. So let's recap the journey of an essentialist. First, you explore your options to distinguish the vital few from the trivial many. You ask yourself, what is truly essential? Second, you eliminate the non-essentials by learning to say no with courage and grace. And third, you execute on the essentials by creating systems and routines that make it easy to do what matters most. Applying these principles has been transformative for me. I'm no longer constantly overwhelmed. My stress levels have dropped significantly. And the best part? I'm making more meaningful progress on my goals than ever before. I've learned that being an essentialist isn't about being lazy or selfish. It's about being strategic. It's about designing a life that allows you to make your highest contribution, not just to your work, but to your family, your community, and yourself. It's a continuous practice, not a one-time fix. Every day I have to consciously choose the essential. But the payoff is immense. A life lived with more clarity, more purpose, and more joy. It's the disciplined pursuit of less, but it leads to so much more. If you feel like you're stretched too thin, I highly recommend diving into this mindset. Start small. Identify one non-essential thing you can say no to this week. See how it feels. You might be surprised by the space it creates. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comments what one thing you're going to eliminate to make room for the essential. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that helps you live a more intentional life. See you next time.